let's stick with the stimulus. Since we're in the theme of the stimulus, let's stay over with the stimulus here. And could that $600 federal stick around? Or, well, I guess come back. Technically, they let it die at the end of the month, which, by the way, was a bipartisan effort between Republicans and Democrats. Republicans, of course, want to kill it because Republicans never want to help people, ever. They just really want to make sure Wall Street's happy, and they don't need to be subtle about it. The Democrats have the same priorities. They just need to be a little more subtle about it. So the Republicans wanted to gut that $600 federal per week, and Democrats wanted to keep it. They put a bill out there. It collected dust on Mitch McConnell's desk, or Democrats say they want to keep it. Collected dust on Mitch McConnell's desk. Steve Mnuchin said, okay, we can expand it for a week until we figure this out. The Democrats said no to that, which was a very weak move politically. What they should have done was they should have said yes, because we're not going to leave people out for a day. Yes, we're not going to leave people out for the day. We're getting this short term, and we're going to hold your feet to the fire to get a good long-term deal too. We're going to say, hey, look, you just extended it for a week. People are still out there looking for work. People are still trying, to get back to a regular life, because all these right-wing talking points you throw out that, oh, people don't want to work because of, no, that's not what's going on here. That's nonsense. None of the statistics out there support that sentiment that Mitch McConnell spews. And by the way, even if that sentiment were true, that, oh, because of the $600 federal, people don't want to look for work, even if that were true, which it isn't, but even if it were, that's a reflection of the living wage crisis in this country, where people clearly aren't paying people a living wage to work if they're better off with $600 federal unemployment per week. So anyway, that's what Democrats should have done. They should have been like, we're taking that short term and we're holding your feet to the long term. Instead, they said no to the short term, making sure that extra $600 didn't happen. So now when they cave to Mitch McConnell, which they will, people are going to get as little as possible. So there you have a bipartisan effort to screw you over as hard as they possibly can. Here's the good news. Now that seems to be shifting a little bit. Here's Mitch McConnell. I'm prepared to support a coronavirus stimulus bill that includes $600 unemployment checks. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters on Tuesday, that was yesterday, he's prepared to support a coronavirus stimulus package that includes an extension of the $600 enhanced unemployment checks that has now officially expired. I said expired. As the GOP struggles to a consensus over the benefits. So the negotiations are progressing slowly. Man, wouldn't you want to be a fly on that wall with these slowly progressing negotiations? Hey, should we expand the $600 so that people can survive during a pandemic? I'm not so sure. I don't think so. What if we make it less? Even though, by the way, the money's there. I mean, don't even. Oh, how can we afford this? Look at the trillions they gave the banks. The money's there. Look at what Wall Street takes in. The money's there. Look at the way billionaires have increased their wealth. The money's there. Read about MMT for 1 second. The money's there. And by the way, now a member of the Fed is saying, hey, Congress, get money to people because it's best off if we just shut down for a while. And isn't it a shame that that's what it takes? Because again, this is not a country. This is a capitalist death cult. Again, until there's the economic benefit, the government doesn't want to do anything. So I honestly think that they're going to get the $600, which, by the way, there's other reports out there that if that does happen, if the $600 comes back, it's going to be retroactive, meaning there will not be any time that was missed. So we'll see. I have a feeling if more of the Fed also echoes what Kashkari said, we will see an extension of that $600. If the Fed can kind of be unified in telling the government, hey, look, we're best off if we just do an extensive shutdown for 4 to 6 weeks, which will be over before you know it compared to what we've been through so far, and take care of people in the meantime so the economy doesn't collapse. I have a feeling it might happen. We'll see. They're still in tight negotiations. There's still these tight negotiations over whether or not society should survive. Should we have a society? We're not so sure. We're not so sure. We don't know. But we'll see what happens. But now Mitch McConnell's saying, I'm open to the $600 federal. My prediction is it is going to happen. My prediction is between the Fed saying that they want to see something happen where we can shut down for 4 to 6 weeks, between Mitch McConnell saying that he's okay with it. I think Trump said that he was interested in it. And of course, the Democrats are saying that they want it. So I have a feeling it's going to happen. I don't know when exactly these negotiations are going to go away, but or be finished. I guess go away. They're never going to go away, but be finished. But my guess, my prediction, and again, I could be totally wrong. I'm not an expert predictor. But I think that's likely going to happen. I mean, again, given these clues, the Federal Reserve saying what they're saying, Mitch McConnell saying what he's saying, the Democrats saying what they're saying, Trump saying what he's saying, I have a feeling it's going to happen. Now, wouldn't it be cool if we just had a big mutual aid network that could just render the federal government useless? I mean, they are useless, but wouldn't that be great if we could just build that? I mean, and as we said on the show yesterday, and it was Pat Cote, a.k.a. Pat the Burner, a.k.a. Nick Sliver, a.k.a. Peter Douche, who said that we're only 2 billionaires away from being able to do that. But that's a big two. If we can just get 2 billionaires on board, we'd have all the resources we would need for that. We'd have all the resources we would need for that. But, anyway. All right. So will the $600 federal come back? I predict it will. Mitch McConnell said he's open to it. Trump's open to it. The Democrats are supposedly for it. They proposed a bill that included it. And now the Fed's saying, hey, we'd be better off if we did another 4 to 6 week shutdown to get this under control. And then, you take care of people in the meantime. So between all those things, I have a feeling it'll happen. But we'll see. We'll see.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your